Bet. Let's go! What is going on, y'all? I'm back with another video. Out here doing some bow hunting this morning. Planning on hunting most of the day today. I'm gonna break it up though and sit in two different spots. I've had a nice mature 8-pointer shown up in the daylight the last 2 evenings in a row. I couldn't hunt him yesterday evening because the wind was bad, but the wind is going to be perfect, good northwest to west wind this evening, so that is the plan. I'm going to slip in there. It's on a new spot that I set up just to saddle hunt out of, but I put some corn out. Trying to get this deer in particular to show up, and it worked. I jumped him out of his bed about a week and a half ago on a real rainy day. I climbed down a little bit early because I wanted to go check out a spot that I haven't spent much time scouting at all. And sure enough, I bumped him out of there. If I would have been gun hunting, I could have smoked him. I jumped him at about 15 yards and he ran out to about 40 and stopped just for, a couple seconds, but if I would have had a rifle, I could have killed him. Just the heartache of being a bow hunter, I guess. I might have been able to get a shot off with the bow if I would have been ready, but I didn't have an arrow nocked or anything. I was just doing some scouting, slipping through. Didn't think I would get a chance. Didn't think I would get a shot at a buck, so I just wasn't ready. I've learned that lesson before, but it worked out better for you guys because I definitely wouldn't have had the camera rolling when all that happened. So I went in there a few days ago and put some corn out and a little bit of sweet feed. I like putting that sweet feed out, especially this time of year, because they go crazy for it later in the season when there's less food on the ground and they need that sugar. Helps them stay warm. That stuff is just soaked in molasses, so there's a lot of sugar in it. But one thing I always do when I'm specifically trying to get a mature deer to come into bait in the daylight, especially later in the season, because they just get so wary of it. I'm sure most of you guys in the southeast have experienced that if you use bait. That as the season goes on, they just go pretty much nocturnal on it. But the way that I always do it is spread it out really thin over a big area. So I have like a 25 to 30 yard square that I went through and just sprinkled it all over the ground. It's just so much more natural for them to feed that way, kind of milling around like they would underneath a big oak tree that's dropping acorns, instead of having it all in a big pile. Just super unnatural. They have to stand in one spot for a long time. Deer hate that, especially mature deer. Unless if it's at night, because they know they're safe in the dark. But it seems like that buck's pretty comfortable. Like I said, he's been in there the last 2 evenings in the daylight, plenty of daylight. He's been showing up at like 4:30, like almost 2 hours before shooting light's over. Hour and a half or so. So I'm really excited to get in there this evening, hoping that he shows back up. He hasn't shown up in the morning at all, so I didn't even want to really risk going in there. There's just been a lot of deer in there, and I didn't want to risk getting blown at by a doe or a different buck that I didn't want to shoot and messing it up for the evening, because if he's bedding in the same spot that I jumped him out of, it's just like 70 yards, 80 yards at the most from where my spot's at. So my plan is to get in there pretty early, around 2:30 or so, slip in there real slow, just take my time, be as quiet as possible, and get set up. Just had this doe stand up out of her bed. I think I can hear another deer off to my left. just fell right there. That doesn't, it just doesn't make any sense what just happened. The Lord just handed him to me. I mean, it literally, I mean, I can't even express it. Like, I had a whole pack of like 5 or 6 does coming in over here off my right. And is the GoPro going? Yeah, nice. Cool. I had 5 or 6 does coming in over here off my right, and they never come from over there. The way that I set this spot up, hunting this specific buck, was set up for him to do that, or to come up off of the other side up here on the crap. I can't even talk, I'm so shook up. Up here on the other side of the hill, because it's a south facing slope, and he's been bedding up there in the sun, which is how I found him in the first place. But all these does come in. One of them literally walks at the base of my tree and is smelling my bow rope and starts freaking out, running around. So then it was one of the fawns, or maybe a 1.5-year-old deer, that was sniffing my bow rope. Well, she started getting all funky, all nervous. So then the bigger does went on high alert, which she's still back there blowing at me. So they're, you know, back and forth, blowing every now and then, carrying on. I don't think I got much footage of it because I just had to sit like absolutely perfectly still. So once the does ran off, one of them was still back here blowing at me, and I'd made up my mind that I was going to shoot the first one that gave me a shot, because I was like, there's no chance that a buck is coming in here this evening. Obviously I was dead wrong about that, but I was like, there's no chance that a buck's going to come in here this evening, and I'm just going to shoot one of these does and be happy with what I got. But I was so frustrated because I've been hunting this deer hard, and late season just gets so tough. These bucks get so pressured. All the deer get super pressured. That's another reason the big does are acting so nervous. My wind was good, but this little fawn right here was acting funny. So they just started blowing and carrying on. Just what anyone would think would just ruin a hunt. But it obviously did not, because I was about to shoot that one over there on the right, and then these started coming in on the left. So I was like, oh, I'll just shoot one of these when they come in. So I had all the does back in my view, but then I started hearing footsteps and they sounded heavier. So I was like, oh, I better hold off, you know, maybe this is a buck. I was expecting it to be one of the younger bucks that's coming in here, but it was the one that I'm hunting. I just smoked him right here, 25 or 30 yard shot. He ran 40 and toppled over. Let's freaking go, baby. Oh man, it's been such a tough year of deer hunting, but I've stuck to it with the bow, just trying to kill a buck with a bow. It's just like, that feeling right there is just unsurmountable. You can't even explain it to anybody until they experience it. It's just the most incredible adrenaline rush that you've ever felt in your life. And I mean, you just put so much work and time from practicing. You know, I shoot my bow pretty much year round, so I mean, I'm preparing for this moment all year, and then to have it happen at the very end of the season, we got less than a month left, is just surreal. Man, I'm just so excited. Like I said before, the Lord handed me this buck. There's no question about it. Any other time, I mean, other than God making it happen, it just did not make any sense to have a mature deer come in here late season with does actively blowing at me. Just amazing. My gosh. Let's go, baby. I gotta make some phone calls. I'm gonna call my wife and let her know what just happened. Oh man, that was just so awesome. I can't even remember where my phone's at. I'm so pumped up right now. All right, time to climb down. Go get our hands on this sucker. All right, just climb down. Slip up here, see if we can find him.
Alright, here's the shot site. Immediate blood on impact. Looks good. Here's the arrow. Stick that right there. So from the last video, I had somebody ask me why I just picked up the arrow and stuck it in the ground. And that's to mark exactly where the shot was, so that if I need to backtrack, if I lose blood, obviously that's not gonna happen in this situation because I saw him fall, but it's always good to mark the last blood that you found and the initial shot site. So that's why I do that. It's just out of habit, even on deer that I've shot and can walk to. It's just a habit for me just to leave the arrow exactly where I found it. But there's blood sprayed all the way up on this tree right here. He's just dumping. G5 mega meats are insane. Gosh. I'm just gonna walk up here fast because I'm ready to see this thing. There he is, baby. Oh yeah. Nice Georgia whitetail with the bow. Let's go. Heck yeah. He's not a monster, but I'm super, super thankful to have shot this buck. Pinwheeled him right there. Just absolutely smoked him. Perfect double lung shot. He's a pretty good buck. That is awesome. Heck yeah. It's just hard to beat that right there. Just feeling so blessed right now to be able to chase these animals through the hills and finally get to see a story come to a close. It's been a really tough season, but finally got to make it happen this evening. Feeling super thankful. I've got a pretty good drag out of here, so that's gonna wrap up the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Check out the website if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.